Hello and welcome to Happy Foot Sad Foot, your post-game show. I'm Darren Miller.
I'm Vince LaRosa.
And we got one out. We've had a friendly and whatever that was.
The way you said that sounded wrong. You just got one out. You got to grunt a little bit.
What's that?
You got to grunt a little bit when you say it like that.
Your advice is to make it worse?
Always.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you don't want me to segue from that into the game. I don't know. On one hand, I feel like there are things we can take away from that because,
of course.
But on the other hand, it's like, was that soccer? I don't know. It was kind of like a test of who can like be super cold and not make mistakes, which I guess in some cases is what soccer is.
I mean, I will say pleasantly surprised by the amount of soccer we saw in the conditions. Like, if let's be fair. You or I are on that field, nothing is happening. We're not running, we're not walking, we're probably just crying.
Whoever was in that stadium in any capacity tonight deserves my
you're
respect.
all heroes. Yeah.
We heard the 3-2-5-2 on the broadcast. Them chief among them with the list of people who earned my respect. And I guess we'll put the ref at last and everyone's in between.
The ref was weird. But that guy, he's well known.
That's the best way to put it. Not necessarily bad. Yes, bad, but weird first. A real weird first ref.
O'Shea Nation, well-known CONCACAF weirdo. He's a bit weird. I mean, look, the loss is, and we'll get into it, but like cup football, that was fun. Like only in cup football would you get two teams that play in like horrible conditions, but play pretty fair, pretty even. But one team gets a penalty and then scores a banger, goes 2-0 up at home, and then concedes and basically leaves that game thinking, oh shit, did we fuck up? Like,
so can we, how do you characterize that? This is leg one of a 2-leg match in a tournament. We're going home. We're playing the second leg at home. We're down 1. What is the bare minimum of satisfaction for this game?
Getting the away goal. I mean, it doesn't actually work this way, but the scoreline, I mean, the realistic way to look at this is it's 2 to 1.5 or even 1.1. It doesn't really matter. But like that goal counts a little bit more because it's an away goal. And it's really only halftime of this contest. You're coming home to where your crowd is going to be much better and the conditions are going to be much better. So if you're LAFC, like, you don't want to lose a game ever. But again, they played pretty even with Colorado for the most part, gave up a penalty. That was unfortunate. We can talk about why that happened. And then, actually one of the reasons why it happened is a similar reason why the second goal happens. But at the end of the day, that's a banger. Like that's a hell of a free kick. Second goal.
I think the only thing that I'd be worried about on either goal is how the penalties occurred, as opposed to like they're not savable.
Sloppy.
Yeah,
sloppy.
But then it's like, why did that happen? Because it's fucking 0 degrees outside. Like,
maybe. I mean, I had in my notes that I definitely did not like in the first half how deep LAFC was defending. Like, I was like, maybe step up a little bit more, even just like a mid block, and try to like force it a little bit. And if you want to play in transition, at least when you win the ball, you don't have to go 70 yards down the field. But then in the second half, when I watched how they defended when they were high up at the pitch, and look, it could have been conditions. But maybe the reason why they defend deep is because they aren't very good at defending in transition right now. I don't know. But I did not like the way they defended in transition. And then it was a bit lazy. Like Eddie, lazy to leave the foot in to allow them to get free, to get down the field. Hollingshead, lazy to leave your foot in. Timmy on the second goal, lazy to kind of just stab at it. But it's the first game of the season. I mean, I'm not going to extrapolate huge things from it. There's some things I liked, some things I didn't. All in all, up and down. Like I said, I still feel like it was a pretty even match. Like they didn't get too many huge chances other than the goals they scored. And then the one that Hollingshead lays on the ground and bails himself out for. LAFC probably could have created some better chances, but definitely had the majority of the bigger chances. So
we did have some shots on goal that we had too many shots on goal that went right to the keeper for my liking, but we had some genuine chances that probably should have been goals that make it a very different game. But But yeah, I would have liked less sloppiness to let in less goals as well. We are getting some callers building up. Let's real quick. Would you say the transition defense is your official sad foot to start us off here?
No, I mean, it wasn't great, but my official sad foot was, even though we did create chances, they're all pretty low quality for the most part. I really would have liked to see some more conviction and just some more interplay in and around the box. It still seems that LAFC, and they did, what I liked was they did have a fair amount of the ball and they used it pretty well. Like they were able to get down the field, but once they got into that final third, it was like, once again, who is going to do something cool, and then the rest of us will get in on it. There's no like link up play.
It's all very describing.
Yeah, it's all very 1v1. There's no like there's no concerted effort together. So a little bit of a lack of cohesive ideas and just lack of quality. Because if it wasn't Bawanga in the first half, it wasn't going to be anyone else. No offense to Nathan Ordaz and Giroud. And then Martinez comes in. He adds a little bit of quality, but still, it just seemed like there was a bit of a force field around Colorado's box, and some of that was their defending. They defended pretty well, their box pretty well, but LAFC just kind of a lack of ideas if it wasn't a guy beating another guy off the dribble. So that's my sad foot. Happy foot. I love an orange ball, man. I don't like playing the snow. Okay. I don't like the cold, but I love the orange ball.
I'll take an orange ball. Yeah. Yeah. I guess my happy foot was 325, being able to hear 325 too.
And see them
taking too much away from it.
Doing, going side to side, doing Jump for LA Football Club. It's always cool to see that. And like when you're watching the play, but you're like, what's that in my eye line? Oh, it's our fans going side to side. That's always pretty cool. Yeah.
And the one defensive play, I believe in like the 55th minute, 54th minute, we had three guys saved a goal. I mean, Colorado probably should have converted it and scored, but we somehow saved that goal, similar to the crazy goal save that we had at the line in the last match. That was nice to see. It's kind of counterbalanced by the mistakes that led to the goals. But should we get to some callers? Should we do this?
Let's just get right into it.
Let's just get,
tear off the Band-Aid. Let's all get into
give us your worst. Daniel, welcome back to the show. Welcome to the season. How are you doing?
Hello, guys. I hope my audio is okay. I want to confess something sad, but I did not know that this game, yes, I have a life. This game was going to happen tonight, so I only caught the last 15 minutes. I know.
If it's on FS2, did it really happen?
I only caught like the last 15 minutes. I got to see the Aaron Long goal at least. So sad feet.
So LAFC won in your head.
Yeah, your game wasn't bad.
Yeah, your game was pretty good.
Yeah, well, Seth, but I just want to state, like, I know this is a kind of a hot debate in Discord, but like on the thought of moving to the European calendar, like, guys, fuck no. With the 15 minutes I saw, that was shitty product football, and I keep, it's also a depressing reminder tonight. It's supposed to be like the great North American competition, but they're like, what? It kind of it's subtle reminders that in some places soccer is still stuck in the year 2005 when kicking and screaming was what people thought about when we thought about soccer in the US. But other than that, look, I admit it, I didn't really watch much of the game. We kind of had a really weird offseason. A lot of guys left. Kind of reminders, oh, this is MLS. We're kind of cash strapped on purpose. But we kind of made some interesting signings. Happy feet. I know it's not really about the soccer. It's kind of like, what's off the field. But happy foot. I think I still think we're going to land Griezmann. I know it's taking a little bit longer than expected, but I think we're going to, by July, Griezmann's coming. He's coming. He's just got to let it all out with Atletico first. But not really a sad foot, but I want to take this forward. I think this is going to be a make or break. Look, I've been patient, and many people want him gone now. But I think this is a make or break year with C. Toronto, and so far it doesn't really look like a good start because we kind of laid a frozen turd tonight in Colorado. I think, in my opinion, he's going to win one big trophy this year. It's either going to be Champions Cup or MLS Cup, and right now it doesn't look good. The only silver lining tonight, though, we have an away goal. What a weird way to open up a season, a cup tournament. Like, you would think, oh, let's open this up the season, like regular season MLS, nice, beautiful spring Hope springs eternal. But no, we get like stupid frozen tundra, like shitty ass Colorado, and Stan Kroenke's basically neglected child. So I'm just rambling, guys.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to. I was gonna let you go, but I'm gonna have to stop you because I got to rewind to something. How dare you disrespect the only cup that matters, the U.S. Open Cup? Steve Cherundolo won the biggest, greatest cup in the history of our nation.
We won that last year. We won that last year.
Okay, but real talk. Isn't every year a make or break year with the way that the fans treat this team? Like they want trophies or nothing. So like if he wins no trophies, it like every year. I mean, I don't know what you. Honestly, he won MLS Cup, and the next year fans wanted him fired. So it seems like every year.
I wasn't calling his head then. I'm still not calling it now. Sure. I'm waiting until after this season concludes because it's kind of weird. We're kind of like shuffling inner pieces. But thing is, this is LAFC, and yes, we won MLS Cup, but like memories and short in sports. And like that was 3 years ago, guys. And we've been into a ton of finals since then. And I'll be honest, on paper, we should have won some of those finals. And the fact that like we haven't really won anything besides US Open Cup since, and we haven't really won the whole thing. We've gotten embarrassed in Columbus, and like all these, we got embarrassed by Leon, and like it's been a pattern. Like we get to the big moment, we get to the final, and we somehow we fuck it all up. So
except for the last final they were in.
It's always the big game. We got to win the big game. This is LAFC. I think with this roster, we should have had at least one other big trophy by now. So I think after this year, if there's nothing, okay, like I'm calling for his head. But right now, I'm just waiting and see. What a weird way to start the season. Like why? Can we just do this on like a hot, beautiful? Well, not hot, just a sunny, beautiful day in Los Angeles.
I think we'll get the second leg of this match in Los Angeles.
Yeah, this is gonna be nice. We'll somewhat nice.
I apologize for rambling, Vince. I just want to say you're an inspiration. I've been working on my Hinge profile, and I think I'm thinking about going bold. Just because, yes.
Wow.
Yes.
I mean,
let's do a whole separate show on
we'll do a whole strategy. Show. Yeah, I mean, I would say
hair strategy.
It's freeing. It's very easy. You don't have to do much. So I mean, in terms of maintenance, it's top.
Dan, thank you for joining us.
Please tell Travis I miss him. I love him. Bye bye.
Oh, he knows.
He's watching in his sleep right now.
Yeah.
Bye guys.
Thank you. Take care. We've been recording that. We have recordings of those takes on all of those issues that we can play back anytime. He prepared frustration for not winning the big matches, ready to go. This is good. I feel like we've got our ducks in a row now for all of the the things that could come our way. Or should this game be a big game that we should have won?
I almost wish you wouldn't have said anything and like he would have recorded that, and then like every once in a while just played it back and we're like, didn't we hear this before? He's like, no, it worked.
This is great. I love it. To interrupt both of us,
I was gonna say you got to do that
super
first.
Chat of the season. Thank you so much, Nut. Happy-ish New Year. It is LAFC New Year.
Yeah. Welcome to LAFC New Year.
Happy New Year. Thank you so much.
And just like most New Years, it was like some up, some down. You know.
Right.
All right. Let's keep
the
callers running.
Happy but no one getting injured. Definitely worth pointing that out. I did see Giroud hold his back at one point, but he and I are the same age, and I just get it. You know,
holding the camera.
What someone's gonna do.
Holding the camera on Reggie Cannon, and just firing that parabola mic right at him, so I could hear him crying and screaming in agony.
The combination of that and the bad broadcast and the few enough people there.
Whoever's
to be able to hear that is just terrible.
Whoever's directing that feed is a sadist, and I worry about you.
It's time to welcome back another old friend to the broadcast, LAFC Luke. Thank you for joining us. Great to see you.
Hey guys, it's both too early and too late. Like we haven't even gotten the season started, and yet I want to just like go to sleep. That game, look, I feel like I need to remind everyone we've won one time in Colorado, one time in 2018. That's it. We've never won there since. Never.
Yeah, well.
So like everyone chill the F out for real. You know, like a 2-1 loss there sucks. Yeah, the weather sucked for sure. But like we want to win at home. So if we win at home by 1 goal or 2 goals or 3 goals, it doesn't freaking matter. We're moving on. And then we play Columbus. So let's everyone just chill out. It's a long year. That's all I got to say.
All right.
But look, I have a happy foot that I'm not expecting. I have a happy foot I was not expecting. Nathan Ordaz. I don't know what they put. I don't know what they put in his punch over the holidays. But that kid he's playing. I mean, like his vision, the way he's holding up, the way he's finding players. I was like, that I want to see more and more and more of that. Way better than David Martinez. Like better than Kike. Look, I see your scrunchy face, Vince, and I raise you a Nathan.
I look. I would like to see more of him. I thought he played just okay. He wasn't bad, but he wasn't good. He played better than I've seen him play, but I don't think like there wasn't any moments where I was like, okay, that's something that I haven't seen from him before. He didn't get any shots off. Didn't no key passes. Like at this point, we have to expect more of him because David Martinez did come in and in less than 30 minutes immediately created chances. And then there's rumors of another guy coming in who's going to be a problem too.
David Martinez also had a Bobasi at center forward. Just noting.
I mean, there was a couple of times where I liked Ordaz link up with Giroud, but then he got in and around the box and was like, what do I do? Like most of the guys, what do I do? What do I do? Everyone was terrified of the box.
All right, Vince.
Except for Bouanga. He'll just shoot from anywhere.
We'll just have to bet on it and see who comes out on top at the end of the season.
This is something to watch for sure.
Look, and I don't. It sounds like I'm saying he was bad. He wasn't bad. I'm happy to see more, but I need to see more. Like if he's going to play 60, he's going to start and go 60 some odd minutes every game. That's not the game that he needs to be putting together every game. That's a decent start, but it's going to have to be better.
And then my sad foot is going to be Ryan Hollingshead. I really want to like Ryan, but like, what are you doing on that PK? What are you doing almost losing us the 1 goal we got? Like running around offside. Like, dude, him and Segura both. Like Segura was going to kill me. Like how many times are you playing it back to them? I was not having it with those two. But
Hollingshead, Hollingshead had some moments that I liked too. I think he was just kind of gripping the wheel too tight. It seemed like he was just like a little over involved maybe in some moments. Yeah.
I just gotta remind folks, Colorado is a mile high. It was 7 degrees. Chill the F out. We're coming back to sea level and 70 degrees next week. So everyone just take a deep freaking breath. They're coming home. They got the momentum. We'll be fine. All
right. Thanks, Luke.
Thank
you for the levity, as always. Great to see you again. We'll see you again soon. LAFC Luke, official meteorologist of LAFC. If I have anything to say about it. So that's advice I think we should take. There is another caller.
I was going to say, what's that about? You took a sharp turn there. What's going on? You okay? you and I could just talk it out first. What's up, bud?
No. Let's bring him on.
Okay.
Welcome back to the show. Heel of the foot. Our favorite enemy, Geoff Tock. Hello, Geoff.
Thank you for having me. It's an honor to be the #1 enemy of the podcast, as stated in the previous preseason podcast. I would say the #1 enemy of the podcast should be perhaps Pol Pot, Stalin. You know what I mean? I wouldn't put me at the #1 list, but I guess you guys have really poor.
I mean, they're on there, but we just
where's Pol Pot?
There's a recency bias. There's just a recency bias, Geoff. Like you've done more to us recently.
Darren, is that what you're saying? Huh?
No, I'm saying you
love Henry Kissinger. This is awful. You guys have terrible politics. Anyways, the point of this bit, I'm trying out a new segment this year on the podcast that I co-host with you guys. Happy for that. It's called the Take Doctor, and it's where I try make some of these bad takes that I've heard better. So I'd like to start with really 2 abysmal takes off the jump. One that we should think about firing Steve Trundle after 1 game. Spectacular, like top tier. He hasn't won anything this season yet. Great take, spectacular. I would punch it up by not saying you're not calling for his head while calling for his head. I think you should just go for it. Just go in, say he should be fired immediately.
I will say to be fair. Wait. No, can I just slow you down?
This is my segment.
But I gotta get this in.
Segment.
I gotta get this in.
This is terrible. This is bad hosting. Bad hosting.
They wanted to fire Steve Cherundolo before he coached a single game. If you do remember that when he was first hired. I mean,
well, honestly, that
this
would
is
make
improvement
more sense because he hadn't won anything yet. And then I really love LAFC Luke's take of Nathan Ordaz is better than Dave Martinez. You hang that one in the rafters, man. You just got to say Ordaz played better than Dave Martinez. I mean, I'd like to say sorry to Luke that he's going blind because the only explanation for thinking that Nathan Ordaz is better than Dave Martinez is that you've lost your vision or you've had a massive head injury. You need to go see an actual doctor, not the take doctor. Now,
Geoff, I did not know that you could have a heel turn while already being the heel, but you are taking it to a whole new level.
Do you have any original takes that you don't just shit on people about? Or
okay, here's my actual original take, which is that you guys are hiding something from the viewing public and watching public of Happy Foot Sad Foot, which is that Darren is close personal friends with that Colorado Rapids GM.
He's been on the show.
I know. How are we hiding? Why wouldn't you mention it? Why are you trying to hide it from us? Well, I mean, I know. We all know.
Should I do a disclaimer every episode?
Do you think that he's feeding Fran?
I'd be happy to.
Yeah,
I'd be happy to. I'll add it to the
Darren, let me ask you this.
Yes.
How close are you with the Colorado Rapids GM?
We grew up together, but we're
okay. Now I'm going to ask you a question that normally Travis would ask here. Okay.
Yes.
Has he seen your hog?
No.
That is a Travis question.
Have you seen?
I was gonna ask a real question.
Is that a normal thing for friends that you grew up with?
You play sports
mean like
together,
in the locker
right?
room or what?
Yeah.
Oh no, we didn't do that. We didn't have like locker room. We didn't.
Wait, can I ask a real question about your friendship with Fran? If let's say that Darren,
that's a real question. Have you seen his hog? That's important. That's journalism. I'm finding out the truth here. What if he had a weird hog or something? We would know. Yeah. Now,
Geoff, I was gonna actually say, don't attack the takes of guests. Instead, turn on us. But then you just went right ahead and turned on us in the weirdest way possible. So now I don't know what to say.
Yeah, you're right. By definition, Geoff, that is a question. But real question. Let's say somehow you broke free of your family life, Darren, and you were able to go to LAFC training, and you got to see a secret. And you sent it to Fran via text, what would his response be? Would he even believe you?
I would never do that. I can't even.
Okay, actually, this is the correct Darren answer because he would never do that.
Darren is all
Yeah. Except for when it comes to genocidal maniacs.
But honestly, I think I don't think Fran ever really would take me seriously enough to think that anything I said was true anyway. I don't have that kind of respect from him.
Next time he's on the show, I want to ask him. I'm going to say, what if Darren had some secret, ultra secret, that he could send over to you and on a burner phone, on WhatsApp? How would you take it? Where would you file away Darren's
I want to know what
knowledge?
he would say if you texted him that Jeremy Abobasi was hurt. Would he have to take that seriously that you sent him that? Would he have to think maybe I should be looking into this?
I think
would he immediately?
I think he'd blow me off.
Does he go to Chris Armas and go, "Hey, I don't know if this is a thing, but a guy that I knew in high school does a podcast for LAFC. It's called Happy Foot Sad Foot. Not sure if you heard it, Chris, but maybe you should check it out." He let me know though.
Okay, now I'm seeing the upside of this.
Yeah, he let me know though that Jeremy Abobasi is injured, and I don't know if it's true, but I feel like I have to bring it to you. I feel like that might be a conversation he has to have. Which in that case you won. Which now I want you the next time before the next game, let him know that Giroud is injured. He won't play. Just for fun.
Yeah, I could start sending him noise. Maybe that's what I should start doing. Is I should
flood the zone.
Skating it. Yeah, flood the zone.
Just real quick, guys. More like Jeremy Bald Bassi, because that fool is going bald. That shit's going. That hairline's coming back, my friend. That hairline is fucking going.
Get him out. Get him out.
Geoff, thank you so much for joining the show. Excited to see you again soon. The percentage of times that Geoff Tock comes on the show and mentions baldness is at a 98, I think. And it's the second time in the show as well.
That's on his FIFA chart. Mentions baldness, 98. Pace, 7.
Yeah, good. I mean, solid stats for Geoff Tock on the first LAFC's first match of the season. Hot and cold. mostly very cold. Geoff was warming up very nicely. A great start to the season for Geoff Tock. Heel of the foot, absolutely
that
miserable
line
human
that
being.
the LAFC started the season hot and cold, mostly cold. That's got to be how you kick off the description to this episode, right?
All right. Yeah. Well,
yeah. It writes.
I really prefer other people writing the description, so thank you.
I know, but they're currently asleep in a hotel room in London.
They certainly are. Yeah. I don't know what he's going to think of all this. If anybody has a way of getting Travis back to the States, he's stranded there in London. We don't know what to do with him. Someone find him. He's lost.
He's still walking around London.
He's just walking around. I don't know if you saw in our pregame show, he was walking in the morning and he sent in videos, and he was walking at night and he sent in videos. And he's just kind of one thing about Travis that a lot of people don't know is that he's actually animatronic. So he's just going to go, if people don't know how to operate him. Very off topic, although somehow I made my way to making it on topic for you.
Finally. It only took us
San Diego
26
rank in the
minutes.
walkable city list? We made it to walkable cities for the first time this season. I could not be more thrilled and proud. I think San Diego ranks pretty highly.
Yeah,
depending on where you are.
It's somewhat like LA. There's a sprawl to it, but if you're in like a concentrated area, like you're right downtown where like the Padres Stadium is, where Petco is, like it's highly walkable and it's actually very pleasant.
There's also, there's a few areas that are very walkable and kind of downtowny. Not says San Diego's like a mini LA. Sure. Back to the match. They did play soccer. I do have a few notes. I forgot to ask if anybody else wants to come on the show. I'll share the link. It was sort of friend of the foot only for a bit, and now if anybody else wants to come on or just answer in the chat, tell us the coldest you've ever been. I felt cold watching that game. I want to hear some stories of how cold everyone was.
I mean, I was nice and warm at home.
I don't know what it is, but
I will say I do love cold. the little snoods, the little neck things that they wear. Those are cute.
I missed that. Was that happening?
Yeah, you didn't see the thing on Hollingshead? It's just like a neck one.
Oh, the weird gator thing?
Yeah, some were wearing them like closer on their head. Really, I think it's just for your neck.
I really sympathized with the keep. I imagine a keeper who, like, on the bench you can bundle up, but a keeper's like, you're not really running around much.
No,
you're just standing there.
No, and when LAFC, other than the penalty and then obviously the free kick, like Hugo Lloris didn't really do much, so he must have been like, "Hey guys, what's going on?"
I would have been all set to criticize the lack of diving, but he really went for that one.
That dive was,
I don't know who could have come closer. He did get a hand on it.
Yep. Yeah, it was like I said, banger free kick. Again, this is cup soccer. Like Colorado literally was like, man, we're stealing one here. We got our penalty and then we got a banger goal and we're going to do this. And then that glancing header from Aaron Long goes in and the whole complexion changes. I mean, they have to be pissed off about that.
We haven't really talked about the Aaron Long goal.
Yeah.
Because we're almost a half hour in. Aaron Long doing exactly what Giroud is here to do. I don't know what to make of that.
Well, what's funny is in my notes, I actually had one of the things that I didn't like was how poor the set piece delivery was. And that was the one time they actually worked it really well. The quick 1-2 to get a better angle. And Bouanga finally puts in a good ball. But everything else prior to that, set piece wise, garbage. Absolute garbage.
There were a lot of really disappointing crosses. Yeah, we are. I mean, this is like including preseason. This is like they are stringing a handful of matches together now where they all seem to be screaming, "We're doing the same shit." But we will see how well it works. What did you make of?
I don't think. Did you think? Because I don't know. And look again, it's hard to say for sure. One, it's the first game of the season, so it's hard to take anything from it that you're going to say like, oh, I know the rest of the season is going to go this way. Two, the conditions. But
I don't feel that
I
way.
thought that they were less direct, at least in terms of like when they first got the ball, they were actually knocking the ball around to get the ball forward. The one thing that was really the same though was then once they got to that final third, it was like I said, it was all direct play. Like either a guy beats his man or they send kind of like a half-hearted cross. Like I would like to see. I don't generally crosses are not great because they're low percentage things, but there are some areas where crosses are good. If you can get obviously to the byline and then get some low crosses across the six, that's always a very dangerous area to play across. LAFC didn't have much initiative to do that. But there were times when they would get the ball deep and then work it back into the half space, which is basically kind of the half space is exactly what it is. It's not wide area and it's not in the middle, but particularly the half space, like right at the corner of the box, when you can get a ball in there quick and then kind of loft one, it's a really dangerous place to cross. And that's actually a better spot. And for someone like Giroud, he can feast off that, but they just didn't send any of those. They like the only crosses they wanted to send were from really wide areas and they're just very predictable and easy. So again, I don't know how much of that is the game state or the conditions, but I would like to see them add that to their game. You've got a guy like Giroud in there, and there's times when you get the ball into deep areas and then you get it back to like a Tillman or a Delgado. Let them chip a ball in there and see what happens at the back post. You know, I would like to see more of that.
I totally agree with that. I would like that too. In saying same shit, I mean just the game plan overall is pretty much what we've been seeing. There's no sign of like doing anything trickier or special. But yeah, to your point, they can add elements here and there that would still help a lot without having to change anything overall. Yeah. Well, what did you make of the roster, like the choices for starter and subs, and is there anything we can take away from how people took advantage of the opportunity they had and what that might mean for the next starting 11?
I mean, back to Ordaz, I would like to see more of him, although I don't think he did enough that you would say like that guy's got to start the next game. I wouldn't be surprised if Martinez does. And I kind of was surprised when he started, but then thought about Martinez coming out right at halftime against Club America. Maybe there was a little bit of an injury. Maybe it's just to kind of protect him a little bit. The subs made sense though. You know, you're down a goal. You bring in Abobasi and Martinez for, you know, Giroud, who you probably didn't want to see him play 90 minutes, especially in the fashion he was playing them. And then, you know, Martinez he's going to be a star kid. Like he's got it. Like he immediately came in, wanted to be on the ball, wanted to do things, wanted to connect with teammates. Like that's what we want to see. I would have liked to see at one point they were going to bring in Yaboa. Would have liked to see him out there just to see what happens. But it's fine. I think the subs were fine. I think they came at the right time. And you got to say, like, LAFC, again, it was pretty even game, but LAFC probably had the better of it that second half and really pushed for it. They got their goal, and I think they deserved it.
Yeah, here's a good question in the chat here. Bouanga shouldn't take corners. This is from Dave R. Bouanga shouldn't take corners. Why put your best goal scorer in a position not to score unless he's a monster set piece taker, which he isn't?
Well, he's a good striker of the ball. A lot of times it's just the guy that can strike the ball. Like, you know, it's very interesting. You would assume that all these guys can kick the ball really far and really hard and put the ball wherever they want. It's just not true. There's only a few guys on your team that can do it. And I would say this is less an indictment of Bouanga than like kind of the team as a whole. Like, yeah, there should probably be someone else that can take set pieces. I mean, it was Atuesta for long periods last season. But right now,
could Delgado do it?
Maybe he doesn't seem the type. Didn't seem like a guy that would. And I would say this: Bouanga's not scoring a header on a set piece. Like, dude's not messing up his hair.
Yeah.
So why not?
I don't want to see him mess up his hair.
Well, what was smart was what they did.
Get the ball back out to Bouanga.
Right. What was smart, and I know that people are going to hate me saying this, but play it short. That's what they did to score the goal. Like, get Bouanga, get him in a 2-man game, play it short, get him a better angle, and then see what happens. But yeah, taking just straight corners, probably not the best thing. And hopefully someone will emerge that will be a better set piece taker Maybe, I don't know. Maybe it's Odin Thiago home. I don't know. But it'd be nice if someone else was.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. All right. We have a match on Saturday. I don't think it didn't seem to me like any guys are like screwed over their ability to play on Saturday. They just need to thaw out for a few days and get back out there.
And Tuesday to Saturday is not bad. It's not.
No.
It's a pretty
but it's Tuesday to Saturday to Tuesday, no?
Yes. So at that point, they'll still be. I think they'll still be okay. It's when you start to like if they continue to really stack them up. But for this first like kind of sprint, we'll call it, I think they should be okay. I think we'll see a lot of the same guys start and a lot of the same guys get heavier minutes because they should be reaching close to their peak fitness. And this will only accelerate that. But yeah, I think he made the subs also at the right times too, where like guys kind of got a little bit of rest. And hopefully, you come back home. I mean, it would be nice if they could come home. They play Saturday at 1:30, have a game where they like control the game and maybe get a few goals early where they can feel like they can start to make some subs. And then you start to really look forward to the game. Because, I mean, the second leg is the biggest game, right? It's not obviously LAFC is not just undefeated, but perfect in home openers. And we would like to keep that streak. But at the end of the day, more important would be to move on to the next round in the CONCACAF Champions League or Champions Cup.
After playing in those conditions, if we had lost 1-0, I would have been like, fine, I don't care. Let's go back to BMO and win this thing. So then we went down 2-0 and I was like, actually, this sucks. I hate this. So I think by my own logic, I have to be okay with where we stand on the second leg there. And you have to believe that like you can go up a goal and win this thing at home in reasonable weather. Are we at home on Saturday? Yes. As a person, I'm literally a person who announces as part of my week. I announce to other people when the time of these games are. And today I came home and was like, "Oh, did they start playing already? Why isn't it at 7:30?"
Just goes to show you're just mindlessly reading the copy.
I literally read, wrote, and spoke out loud multiple times what time this match was. 7 is not a time that a match should start. No one should know I'm sorry. No game should start at 7. It's 7:30. That's
sometimes it's 7:37.
That's a model of airplane. I'm okay with that number.
Okay. Not a great airplane in recent years.
But look, there's traffic. I'm coming back from work. I got kids to put to bed. Give me the half hour back.
That's fair.
CONCACAF. The refs suck. The broadcast sucks. Fox sucks. Like, give me something.
Mm-hmm.
What was the deal with the KC Miami match? Was that supposed to be today?
Yeah, it got postponed one day.
Amanda Barkey in the comments, 7:45. No way. It has to be 7:30.
now you've gone too far.
Too far.
Yeah, because I will say when there's the home games where they're like, it's an 8:00 start. I'm like, oh, come on. I need that half hour. I can't be waiting.
Look, I gotta edit this thing on the back end. I also can't go late.
Yeah, I can't be. Yeah, we can't be wasting that time. We need it.
Yeah, I need time at the beginning and the end. If you want to just, you guys could play a tight 45 match, one half.
Yeah. Maybe we could do just 30s.
I'm talking.
Make it an hour, 30-minute halves.
Someone coming in hot from the stands on X. 7:30 p.m. is too late, man. Matthew Dwells. My God. All right, this is war.
War on your perfect time.
I'm digging my heels in. 7:30 is the time the match should start. Give me your reasons. Let's do this. Got to drive back to the Valley. I'm in the Valley. Wait, the Valley? Like the LA Valley or like the California Valley? Like Central Valley? Yeah. Like how Valley we talking?
Burbank's not.
I'm like Burbank's not really the Valley. Like I'm trying
like
to
if he's in like Reseda and Encino, then
fair.
Got to give the man a break. Yeah, San Fernando Valley.
Yeah, but still pretty vague.
Yeah, true.
Burbank, I think, is technically in San Fernando Valley.
Okay,
Lake
Lake Balboa.
I don't
Yeah,
questionable. It's not.
no,
I don't
that
know.
is for sure.
It's far
It's
enough.
right near
It's
Encino.
far enough.
Yeah, it's right near Encino.
Okay. You should get points for how far you have to drive back from the stadium. That drive back is not fun. The drive there is worse.
To drive anywhere in LA is not fun lately.
Vince, what's the coldest you've ever been?
Oh, coldest I've ever been. I don't go to very many cold locales. My family is from where you call the Midwest. My family's from Pittsburgh. It's not the Midwest, Darren. I have been there many times and it's been very cold.
The Midwest there.
I can't even remember.
It just gets cold.
It just gets cold. I don't even remember the coldest. I mean, I will say I played soccer a couple weeks ago and it rained here. And being the baby that I am, born and bred in California, I was cold and I was complaining. I was like, why are we even playing? It's cold.
Wow.
I don't want to do this.
Wow. That's crazy. I remember cold but not too cold soccer. I like bad weather soccer, but not terrible weather soccer.
Cool. I mean, the worst soccer is windy soccer. I'll say that. I don't mind rain 100%. Soccer as much as windy soccer, but when it's cold,
stung by the wind,
everything
the ball's
just hurt.
Not doing anything you try. Yeah.
But everything hurts a little bit more. Like you get smacked with the ball. It stings a little bit more. Basically what I'm saying is I'm a big baby when I play soccer.
Into pain or?
Yeah. I just need perfect conditions. You know what? Maybe don't even guard me. You could just let me dribble, do my thing. Yeah, that's what I would prefer.
Oh my God. I remember when I played soccer, I love open shots. Big fan of open shots, easy goals. Winning, loved that too. I think that about does it for us. What do you think, Vince? Did we cover everything? Did we miss anything?
I think we covered everything.
Sad state of affairs in the stadium. About 30 fans showed up, but for the first time, I kind of don't blame them. At least that many LAFC fans were there. Shockingly good showing from LAFC fans. So on that note, that's how I would like to remember the start of this season.
Yeah, I would say every time I think oh, I wonder if there's LAFC fans there, I'm always like, of course there is. And then there's always a pack of them and you can hear them. So I think that's a good way to go out on this episode.
Everybody. Absolutely. Yeah. There is a chance you won't see us after this this Saturday game. We're trying to make it happen behind the scenes. We will update everybody on the Patreon and on social. All three of us have scheduling conflicts, so we're figuring it out.
Sorry,
but we will see you soon somehow, and we'll see you at BMO, baby. I love you. Bye.
Or not.